Bossfest, the Bossfest Podcast. They might make you laugh, make you mad, make you cry. Either way it go, it's a vibe. Tune in, catch the topic, get the tea. Ain't no shallow waters over here, we get deep. You sensitive, easy to offend, you need to flee. But them tough conversations gonna be happening. Bossfest Podcast, they hold it down. Wednesday, 7 Eastern, man, it's going down. Tell a friend, and y'all gather round. Get active in the comments, don't get lost in the crowd. Hey, what's happening? It's your man DJ Bush. I had to show love to Kevin and Edwina, Bossfest Butler. Y'all know what time it is. The Bossfest Podcast. But you already know what we live in. Boss Life. Bossfest, the Bossfest Podcast. Each and every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, guaranteed to get you right. Bossfest, the Bossfest Podcast. They might make you laugh, make you mad, make you cry. Either way it go, it's a vibe.
What's up?
And listen, you the one be speeding that up. Like, do it speed up on its own, or you be controlling that?
We gonna do this every week.
I mean, because the intro, I'd be like trying to get my little groove on. I'd be like, hey, the Bossfest.
Every week.
I mean, I'm just telling you, I'd be trying to get my Wednesday,
Every
dance
week.
on,
So
and it be going so fast.
So every week we're gonna do this. So I'm Kevin. That's Edwina with her Edwina Energy on this beautiful Wednesday. How y'all doing today?
How are y'all doing on this wonderful Wednesday? I am excited today. I'm excited for our guest. It is going to be an awesome show today.
That seems so fake.
Why? I'm for real.
Yo, excited seems fake.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. Got it.
I'm so excited. I mean, I feel like it's been a long week already. So
It's been a long weekend for sure. But, that's part of life. And we made it to Wednesday. Hope y'all are doing great out there. Today's conversation, we brought in a special guest,
we had to bring in an expert for this conversation.
We had to bring in somebody, I know y'all get tired of dealing with Edwina all the time. I know I'm not the problem. I know I'm not the problem, but I know y'all get tired of dealing with Edwina all the time. Y'all be like, hey man, Kevin needs somebody on the thing that he can converse with because he has so much to bring, and we just gonna see how this plays out.
The first, what do they call it? The first step is admitting that you're the problem. And if you can't do that after 80 episodes of podcast, I don't know what we're doing here.
You know what? I am impressed that you know that this is the 80th episode. So you just threw a guess out there and was right.
Hey, but I show up, right?
I guess.
Consistency. I come every Wednesday.
I got you. All right, y'all. So today's topic, being annoyingly obvious. This topic kind of came about because, when we're doing anything, business, personal life, and like that, especially in this new digital space, it seems like the more you're in someone's face or the more traction you're getting, the more people want to see what's going on with you, right? I see tons of people, tons of influencers who I look at their content and I'd be like, man, why do they have 100,000 subscribers or followers? Why do they have 200-some thousand subscribers? And their content sometimes doesn't even provide any value. It's just annoyingly consistent. And I'd be like, God dang it. What are we doing? And people that's trying to be business minded, that's trying to build a brand, build content, build this audience. What are we doing that we can't generate that same energy? So we're going to bring on a special guest, Coach Lee. Coach Lee is a productivity and accountability coach, transforming lives of corporate women who feel trapped at work to thrive without compromising their lives. So without further ado,
man, don't introduce Coach Lee no more. Just don't even do it.
Coach Lee, introduce yourself. God dang it, I'm not doing it.
I am Coach Lee, criminal defense attorney by day, productivity and accountability coach throughout, all about empowering corporate women to find that hidden time in their day, time that they can use to pursue their goals, their purpose, and their life passion, while still taking care of their current responsibilities, but without the stress and without the overwhelm. So that's me.
Come through. That's why you shouldn't even try it.
I'm trying to work on my Club Shay Shay introduction.
Well,
but
you are not there yet.
hater. Oh my God. Coach Lee. So lawyer by day, accountability coach by night. What? So number one, lawyer by day. Tell us a little bit about that. What made you pursue law, school you went to, things of that nature.
So how I got into law, my aunt was a corporate attorney down in Miami. And one summer I went down with her and I put files in ABC order. And after coming back from putting files in ABC order, I decided I wanted to be a lawyer. Absolutely no idea how that made sense. But that was like going into 6th grade. And since then, for like 2 years briefly, I was like, I don't know if I want to do law because I'm going to have to do the murder cases. And I don't think I can do that. But then I also realized that you don't start doing murders right out of law school. But I went to UCF for undergrad, Stetson for law school. And so I've been practicing law for, in a couple months, it'll be 12 years. And funny story, now all I do is the murders. So there's that.
There it is.
And I got to keep that number. I ain't going to admit nothing on the camera, but I got to make sure I got me a Coach Lee.
Are you serious? Did you just admit to killing me?
Are you not alive?
I don't know. You sound like you're trying to plan something. Listen, man, go ahead and document this. This is premeditated. If I go, we know who did it.
But did you die?
We know who did it. Just
now, you was missing for a couple weeks, but you came back. So clearly.
Right. Thank you.
You might be known to run
Look
away.
who be following up. That's what I'm talking about. You was missing, but you came back. Really what happened, he got fired because he wasn't being annoyingly obvious about the business he needs to take care of. So he lost his job.
But see, he on probation right now.
Hello, on probation.
Hey, man. You don't quit Ike. I'm just saying, you don't quit Ike.
You don't quit Ike?
You don't quit Ike, man.
You Ike?
You don't quit Ike. Ike don't keep coming back.
Ain't nothing about you say Ike. Anyway. Okay. So now the side hustle is supporting corporate women?
Yes, it's coaching. It's essentially life coaching, but my focus is productivity and accountability. Essentially, work-life balance, leave work at work, don't bring work home, how to have time to pursue the things that you want to do, whether that be a business, whether that be getting back into working out, taking care of your health, sports, crocheting, knitting, whatever it is, being able to like have a life and also live life.
So that my question is, what made you get into that?
It was on accident. I don't know why I keep doing stuff on accident now that I said it out loud. It started because people used to always tell me, so I used to do like health coaching, like Beachbody programs, P90X, Insanity, all of those. Like I still do the workout programs. So I was doing those programs. And in the course of like, we call them challenge groups, which is basically accountability groups where we all posted our workout and said what we did for the day. I was like motivating the girls. And so the girl who was my coach was like, you should be like a health coach because you're basically doing it by, encouraging them. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I get a discount. Sign me up. And so in the course of that, continuing to motivate them, like, I don't have time to work out. How do you get your meal prep in? Like, how are you doing? Like, how are you going to trial, but still like not missing a workout? And then it was like, you should be a life coach. And I'm like, who's trying to be a life coach? Whole attorney here. Don't have time for that. Then the pandemic happened. Thankfully, didn't lose my job. But we clearly are also not doing trials during the pandemic. And so my job was like, we don't care about you being logged on from 8 to 5. Is your work done? Do what you got to do. And so pretty much every day by like 12 o'clock, I was bored. So literally like a week, maybe a week and a half into the pandemic, I'm like, I'm bored between watching TV, reading, going for a walk, working out. Like I need something else. And so the thought started coming back to me, people saying you should be a life coach. You're so encouraging, you're motivating. And so then, you start talking and the algorithm became annoyingly obvious. It was sending me all these, free webinars about life coach this, life coach that. So like I signed up for some to figure out like, did I really want to do this? Like, what is it? Because, you only find out so much by Google. And then the program that I ultimately ended up going through, I made it halfway through the first video, which was all of 3 to 5 minutes. And I was like, oh, this makes sense. I see why people say I should be a coach. And so that's kind of how I got started. Like realizing that people struggled with creating work-life balance, being able to quote unquote do it all and still like, I like my sleep, like still get sleep, still get rest, still, have fun and not seem stressed out or be overwhelmed and all things like that. So, yeah.
So that's awesome. So now the pandemic is over, I guess. I guess it's over, right? Like it's over.
For
It's
Florida,
not-
it never really
It's
happened.
not. It's something.
Whatever we calling it. But so how do you still do it? Because now you're back in the office.
Honestly, if it wasn't for the pandemic, I don't know that I would have been able to do it. Because with the pandemic and everything slowing down, that gave me the space to do this. So, for example, I used to referee basketball. So I used to be going to every other county and every other school refereeing basketball. Because I'm from Polk. So Polk, Orange, Osceola, and whatever the other counties on the other side of that would be where I would go, like officiating basketball. But obviously with the pandemic and schools closing, ain't nobody going to do basketball. And then once I started back opening up, I'm like, I don't think I really want to be around all them kids and them germs. Like, this just sounds like I'm trying to get sick. So really, the time that I have now for coaching is the time that I used to have for officiating basketball, because I used to be in the car 2-3 hours driving around. So by the world slowing down and shutting down, that gave me the time and the space to get into coaching. And then as the world slowly started opening up, I was able to kind of like slowly start adding back in the things that I used to do or that I still wanted to continue doing, to then be able to recreate the work-life balance with my version of the new normal being coaching instead of basketball.
That makes a lot of sense. So that's what I was wondering, because being in the corporate space and then like finding time for my own business, it is hard. And you're saying you're a lawyer, and then a murder case, like that definitely sounds very time consuming. And now you're going to coach, like us on how to have that work-life balance. So that's really why I wanted to ask, because it sounds overwhelming just to hear it.
No, that's crazy. I'm just sitting here processing everything. So, lawyer, referee,
Batman.
like it's.
I was just wondering what you.
No. I'm doing stuff with my fingers, but I'm just trying to process that. Like, you don't really see too many lawyers saying, I want to still referee and do the other side jobs. Like, just that mindset that, hey, technically, when you think about those prolific jobs, like doctor, lawyer, those things, especially in our community, you're like, well, if you got one of those jobs, you technically made it in life. Like, what was the decision? Like, man, even though I'm this lawyer, I still want to go ref. I'm just curious about that.
My daddy did it growing up. That was his like play money. That was his fun money. That was the spending money. And so law school debt. I was like, I want to get rid of this. So that, and then I looked at it as like, because I like working out, you paying me to work out. You paying me to run up and down this basketball court. Okay, say less.
I see them refs today. A lot of them ain't running. So I definitely would have wanted you on what reffing our games. At least you might have seen all the calls. Some of them refs ain't running no more.
No, they not.
So let's get into being annoyingly obvious about the business. So when people like go to Coach Lee, is it that you lead as I'm a lawyer, or do you lead with I'm a coach?
It depends on where I'm meeting you at.
Okay.
Both. I would say both. Like if I'm at like a networking thing, I'm there as a coach, but what I do, my ability to help you comes from the fact that I can count on my hand the number of times like I've brought work home, that I went to work on a weekend, things like that as an attorney going on 12 years. I don't work weekend. My coworkers know. Don't call me after 5. Don't text me after 5 unless somebody is dying. And when I mean dying, I don't mean like a murder. Well, yes, if a new murder case came in, you can let me know. But like, unless somebody dying or hurt, like the work talk stops at 5 o'clock for me. It's the weekend. Why y'all asking me about work? I will see y'all on Monday. 3/4 of my coworkers don't have my number because y'all just be trying to talk about work all the time. Work stays at work.
Okay.
It's a boundary. It's hard stop. Like I came like as an attorney, I knew easily, and like I'm a public defender, so I knew easily it can be overwhelming. It can be stressful. It could be you work 24/7 and there's still work to be done. So I came into it with the mindset of I'm going to work when I'm at work. I'm going to do what needs to be done for the clients. Like, it's not like I'm slacking off or anything like that. If I needed to stay later, if I needed to bring something home to get it done because time sensitive, urgent, I'm going to do what I need to do. But I came into it with the mindset of I'm leaving work at work. I'm enjoying my time off. I'm taking my time. So what does that look like to reverse engineer that into creating and getting my work done at work to be able to do that? And so then that's kind of how that translated into coaching.
So now when we visit, let's say like your social media or whatever, are we going to see the coach or the lawyer?
Both. If you're in
Okay,
my
so everything's
stories,
both. Okay.
you're going to see lawyer me, but you're also going to see coach me.
Okay.
So you're going to see me showing up at work, like going on my walk. Like I go for a walk typically every day. You'll see me in my stories, like at lunchtime, like this is what, like I use my lunch break to work my business. So a lot of times I'll come on like, it's lunch break time. This is what I'm going to do for my business during my lunch break. So you see both. Like I only have one social media page in terms of like Instagram, especially. So if I'm out on the weekend, hanging out with my friends, hanging out with my family, you're going to see that. So you're going to see me living life. You're going to see how, as an attorney, as a coach, as a friend, as a family member, I show up in these different areas and I get done what needs to get done. I have fun. I got work done. I worked out. I meal prep. And I'm still going to get in this bed by 8:45 and go to bed.
Ooh, 8:45? Yeah. What time you wake up?
2:30.
Oh.
That makes sense.
I'm
So
tired thinking about her sleep.
it made you question something like,
Right.
8:45, like, God dang.
It's like her bedtime right now.
Yes, we gotta don't have to wrap this up quickly. But
Nah, y'all good.
no, so you said something interesting where you was like, hey, at 5:00 it stopped for me. Don't call me, don't reach out to me. I don't want to hear nothing about work. Was you always like that, or did you have to develop that cadence?
I would say for the most part, always been like that. Like, obviously, like, you know, when you get in the work environment, if the people that you talk to all the time is also from work, sometimes you end up talking about work, but it's more like the venting side of work as opposed to I'm calling you to specifically talk about a case because I need help. It might be like, girl, let me tell you what happened at work today. It might be about work, but we're not talking about I need to do X, Y, and Z tomorrow. So I would say I kind of came into it with that mindset. So I've kind of naturally developed that cadence because I'm also can be a non-people-y person. So like I'm also not necessarily touchy-feely. I don't necessarily want to talk to you in the first place. So me not talking to you outside of work is quite easy. And so when you start texting me outside of work about work, I'm going to take longer and longer to respond or say stuff like, oh yeah, I'll get you that on Monday. Oh, do you need it right now? Like, what's the emergency right now? Oh, you going to be to work at 9? I'll be there at 8:30, so you'll have it by the time you get to work. Don't worry about it.
The people-y are not a people-y person. I like felt that. Like I understood that so much.
You gonna get that put on a shirt? Not a people-y
No,
person.
you're the only person making shirts, but I definitely felt it.
I say all the time, I don't like people.
People, it's hard. It's really hard.
I'm hearing it, but see, I'm in a corporate space. We're in leadership, so salary position and things like that. And I just think about, man, I don't even know if it's physically possible in the position that we're in to be able to turn off.
Is it
work.
not physically possible for you? I think you like to answer your phone all the time. Like you like to be needed. So don't get in trouble.
Ooh.
Because I think that could be the distinction. Because there is always work. And I'm sure if I didn't have that boundary, like for example, my manager, I mean, given she's a manager, so I think she has a little bit more of that responsibility to need to answer people are calling. But also, why you wait until the last minute? So now you calling me after hours about something that we could have talked about during work. But I think it depends on potentially your role or your responsibility and the tone and the cadence that you set.
Hello. Look, she coaching you right now. I'm trying to get to like how she is, unknowingly obvious about the business, but she about to take you to go ahead, get coached.
Baby, these is your message. She helps corporate women.
But it seems like she's delivering a message for you right now.
Because I'm trying to get her to communicate to you, Miss Breen.
Wait a minute.
Home all the time.
She's trying to communicate.
And talk about, I ain't got no time for nothing. This is the perfect guest for you. I'm just bringing it out. That's it.
That's what you're doing?
So
let me be very clear. I think I have more boundaries than you do. I think that. But
I did not know this is a show about lies today. Let me go ahead and get my lies up and ready to go. Go ahead, continue.
Go and write your list of lies.
Go ahead. So that's what we're telling
because
today.
I'm telling truths. But I do also feel like I am more invested in the business as well.
I will give you you are more invested in the business, but you ain't gonna tell that lie that you don't keep dealing with work stuff after hours.
I said I do a better job.
Okay. Got it. So for somebody like Edwina, because Kevin is perfect.
He gonna make you. How much does the coaching cost? Because he seemed like he trying to get some free coaching about you. And I don't know if I feel like that's fair.
What you mean?
I'm finna protect the integrity of her business today.
Go ahead.
How much does the coaching cost?
So 6 weeks of one-on-one coaching right now is $1,000. Price about to go up soon. I said it was supposed to go up in the beginning of Q2, but I've been too lazy to update it on the website. So for right now,
yesterday's price is not today's price. You hear that?
I hear that.
6 weeks, and yesterday's price is not today's price.
I got you. So, what comes with the coaching? 6 weeks program, $1,000. What comes with this program? What comes with
you get a coaching call every week. You get a midweek check-in. You get access to me throughout the week if you need something. Typically, what we do is, depending on specifically what your issue is, because I like one-on-one coaching because I've been in too many programs to where you get lost in the sauce or they're giving you this generic thing and it don't work for you. So a lot of coaches, they coach full-time. Not knocking them, but they forget what it's like to work a full-time job and then try to have a business or try to do something else. So I'm all about one-on-one coaching because I like to get to know my client and figure out what specifically are you working on trying to figure out. So like I've had other clients who are attorneys, so they're trying to figure out, I want to stop bringing work home. I want to have more time for my kids. I want to have time for my significant other. I've worked with clients who are, I guess you would say they're entrepreneurs, like doing like nursing, health related fields. So they're trying to create the balance between their clients and them still being able to take care of home. So like I've worked with different clients, but it's all about finding what works for you. Because so often the reason that we haven't been able to be productive and get things done is because we're focusing on what works for everybody else instead of getting honest with yourself and figuring out what's important to you. Why is that important? How do you want to go about getting it done to be able to create the boundaries and the framework to do so? So what you get is you get access to me. You get a system that's going to work for you. We're going to talk it out. We're going to figure out what worked for you, what don't work for you, and make sure that what we're creating works for you and test it and tweak it. But typically within that, we kind of build out a schedule to give you like an overview of what your days and your week should look like. And then as we start going through and to figure out like, because sometimes we say we want these things, but once you put it into practice, you realize that that's not the case. Like I had a client who was like, I want to go to bed at 9 o'clock once I put my daughter down. And every week it was not working. And I'm like, you're a night person. You're naturally a night person. I'm naturally a morning person. Let's flip your schedule. We flipped her schedule to make it to where she stayed up later and got work done and woke up later. She started finding success. So sometimes we want things and they don't, that's not what our body naturally wants. So I kind of try to teach and help my clients figure out what works for them so that they work with their body instead of against their body. So long story short, that's what you get. You get a lot depending on what it is you need.
That makes sense. I think a lot of people in today's world could really use that. Like 100%.
Yeah. I want to help everybody. I want to change the game of productivity, but you got to niche down and be like specific or whatever. So like, yes, most of my clients have been women. Have I had men clients? Also, yes. Have they been in corporate? No.
I was going to ask that question. I was like, because her bio is pretty niche down. Like I help corporate women. So
I wanted to know, do you have a coach?
I've had a coach. Well, I guess technically, no. I still have a coach. I'm still in a program that I bought like lifetime access to it. So yes, I have a coach.
I just always want to find out, do
coaches have coaches?
Yeah. Okay. Like when I started, I was in different programs for a while. And then I was in one and she ended up like doing a special, like pay this price to upgrade and you get lifetime access. And I was like, say less, easier.
That makes sense. I wish there was a lifetime program for my coaching.
So being obvious with this, so what type of content do you use that's geared to, I guess, get the target audience? And what success have you found with it?
Now, me and the algorithm be algorithm. And so sometimes I don't know. But what I typically use is like I like to do talking head reels. So like my voice, like me talking, explaining what you're gonna get, why you're gonna get it. Like I can cut the corporate voice on, but let's have a conversation. Because this is what you're going to get in coaching. You're not going to get me in looking fancy. No, like half of my reels, I'm in like workout clothes and stuff because that's me on a day-to-day basis. I mean, I don't wear workout clothes to work, to be clear. But like, I'm not, I'm getting dressed up to record this. You gonna get what you gonna get because we being real. We trying to get stuff done. We're not worried about making it beautiful, making it perfect, and all of that. So I like talking hair reels to be able to talk. I like lives. I do the trendy reels, but for the most part, yeah, talking hair reels. And in terms of the success with it, I don't know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. A lot of my other clients, like most recently, one of the clients that I just finished with, well, she got her last session will be this weekend. She just was searching like productivity coach on Instagram, and like I came up in the search. She started following me. She booked a call, and she was like, "I'm pretty positive I'm going to work with you. I just have these questions when we get on the call." Say less.
That's good. Because I heard that it takes 7 interactions, like 7 touches somewhere, for people to feel like they trust you enough to book you. So obviously, she was able to find you somewhere, and you fit that need.
I think it depends, because I feel like some of the clients, I've had a mix, like searched your name or found you or heard you on this, booked a call, ready to work. And then other ones are like past coworkers, past people who I've been in the field with, who've been around me. And then it's finally like, girl, I keep seeing you. And every time I see you, I keep saying I need to work with you, and I still haven't done it. And then eventually they do. So I feel like it's a mix. So for me, it's kind of been more of those people who don't know me are quicker to come in and go straight to booking, whereas those people who know me in whatever capacity need more of those touch points to get to the, maybe I really do want to work with her.
Interesting. Okay. So you feel the strangers are easier to buy in than the.
Okay. But I also don't know where they're at, so it's not like I guess yes, I'm talking to them, but also I don't know where they're at to say that I'm talking to them. Like they're not already on my feed. So who are you? Where you at?
And you may have been talking to them the whole time. So because I know before I guess I booked a coaching, I felt like the coach that I have, I knew, like almost like we were friends, and he don't even know who I am. But I had just been watching so often that I'm like, oh, this is our nickname we call you. This man don't know me. But you just kind of, you start to relate to them once you hear them, and you're watching, like if they're watching your talking heads on Instagram, it just feel like, oh, I relate to her so much, and y'all friends, and you don't even know them.
Yeah.
What is one of the misperceptions people think they're going to get with the coaching program with you that you've had to correct or adjust?
I think like some specific formula. Because honestly, sometimes I can't tell you what your end result going to be. What do you want your end result to be? Okay, if I know what your end result is, let's reverse engineer what we're going to do to get there. So I don't, like, yes, I have a framework. I have like typically I do these 3 things with every client. But then kind of after that, it spider webs into, it depends on what you need. So honestly, I don't feel, one of my clients did ask like, so what am I going to get from you? And I'm like, what do you need? Like we were like a couple weeks in, and she's like, am I going to get like these type of things? And I'm like, are those helpful for you? Like, do you want them because they actually work, or do you want them because you feel like you need to have them? If you want them because you feel like you need to have them, happy to give them to you. If you want them because they work, definitely happy to give them to you. But sometimes I think we get stuck on expectations instead of like living in the moment. Because sometimes if we live in the moment, we'll see that the expectation that's being met just doesn't look the way we want it to look, or we thought it was going to look because we thought it had to come with these physical, tangible things that you can touch. Whereas oftentimes the physical, tangible things it's the physical, tangible things you can't see, or that you can see, that are mental. Especially when it comes to like productivity, because it's a lot of mindset shifts. Like your thoughts on getting things done, your perception of getting things done. What does getting things done mean to you? Because we do stuff all the time, but are you doing things that are actually beneficial to you?
Hello. Somebody ain't catch the word today, huh? He be getting low key mad, but I'm just saying she dropped some bars. I just want to make sure you caught it.
If I didn't catch it, I'll replay it later.
What does productivity look like for you?
Are you asking me directly now?
I'm reiterating it because I want to make sure you caught it.
You want to make sure I caught what does productivity look like?
Yeah, I think that's important, right? Like, especially because you could be doing meaningless activities that do nothing, or you could be, just watching your iPad, preparing to do the activity that never happens, and you're just never productive.
And it can mean something different every day.
Or it can mean the iPad every day.
Or it can mean the same thing every day.
I'm not going to deal with these attacks.
But anyway, so getting back to the being annoyingly obvious. So Kevin asked you about what type of social media you like. So do you do anything outside of that? Like, how do you scream to the masses that this is what I do in my business so that people know, like, follow me for XYZ?
Podcasting, trying to like guest on podcasts. I wrote a book, Lee's Laws of Productivity, like it's on Amazon. So for me, it's finding ways to share the message. So like if that's commenting on somebody's post and like somebody asking something, threads now, I've been kind of like digging threads, being able to comment on people's posts on threads to kind of like, hey, you say you want to do this. How you going to do it? Like, do you have a game plan? And then they be like, actually, no, I didn't. Okay, well, what's the game plan? And sometimes to me, it's not even about, yes, this is a business. Yes, I'm in business to make money. But sometimes it's just about like dropping those nuggets and like let that sit with you and think about it. Like let that shift your mindset and let that be the perception. Because to me, for me, it's about impact. It's about being able to help change the game of productivity, like one person at a time. And to do that, if it's something that I say on a podcast, if it's something that I tell a client, if it's something that I say to somebody just randomly, and then they share it with somebody else, it's working.
I mean, you said a lot of like important things, because I don't think people realize the importance of one, like being on a podcast, getting your message out. You kind of like skirted over that book thing because that's no small feat. I tried to write a book one time. Did I write the book? It's out there, right? Like we wrote a book.
I don't know. You got a couple of paragraphs somewhere.
I don't know what we did. It's not on Amazon though, so that's very apparent. I think we were selling a digital copy of the book for like $7. 17 people like sevens, I heard. So it's seven, it's something with a seven. But that's no small feat, getting the book out there for sure. And just really being able to put yourself out there. Because when you're searching for one, like a podcast to get on, or network to be a part of, even like someone's post, it's really putting yourself out there. Because I don't feel like people are always embracing, you know what I mean, when you're trying to do those type of things. So like, how do you get past that initial, like, hey, I'm Coach Lee, XYZ?
Sometimes I'm a like bless and release type person. Like sometimes I said it and forget. I'd be like, oh yeah, I did comment on that. I remember now. Kind of forgot at the time. Because sometimes like I've kind of seen it on threads, like this one person that I'm like, I keep seeing your posts and all your posts say, I'm looking for these people to do these things. And you got all these comments. Are you just doing this for the algorithm? Because like I know threads is paying now or whatever. But I don't think you're reaching out to these people because I know I done commented a couple times and I haven't even got a like, a like or we gonna get back to you. Because I get it. Sometimes, you get lost in the sauce of like you commented and then they thought they responded back, but they didn't, or you thought you responded back and you didn't. But a lot of times, I just like bless and release. Like I comment and keep it moving. Like sometimes I forget. Like if we end up in like an email exchange or like a DM conversation to where like I have something tangible that I can like see and flag and be like, let me follow up with that. Like, hey, did I miss out? Did you miss out? Like which one of us dropped the ball here? So like on like social media posts, I kind of like bless and release. But if we get into an actual like we've exchanged like, oh, send me a DM or we made it to the emails and I have something like physical to where like if I respond back, you got a chain to look back at and be like, we was talking. You right. Cause like I've booked a couple podcasts. Like one happened like a month ago. Booked the podcast, was on the link. They never got on the link. I emailed while I was on the link, like, hey, been on the link for like 8 minutes. I get things happen or previous recording could have ran over, like something. No email to that. But now all of a sudden I'm on your email list getting your emails.
Wait, so the podcast never happened?
Mm-hmm. Like booked it. It was a calendar. Like you sent me an email saying, here's the link to book your recording spot. Booked the recording spot. got reminder emails about said recording spot. I show up to the recording. You never appear. I send an email because I get life happens. Sometimes people forget.
Yeah.
And no response to the email of, hey, I'm on the link. Even the next day, like, oh, snap, missed it, forgot. Nothing. But now I'm on your email list, getting your emails. Unsubscribe. No. Immediately, no.
All right, babe.
Okay, maybe not immediately. I gave it like a week. But once I started getting emails, like I'm on your email list, but you never responded to the email about the
It almost feels like, was that the point to get the email, you know what I'm saying? Like, get on the list so we can spam you about the business part of, I don't know, but note to self, somehow they have an automated part of booking people for the write that down.
I'm thinking about, man, shoot, I can build this email list.
But we got to make sure we show up.
We gonna show up, but we gonna build this email list in multiple ways.
Because I've had one where I missed it. Like, I was sitting on my computer, don't know how to remind it, didn't go off. Like, I literally, it was the other month. What was the holiday? It was some holiday, so I was off work that day. It was like a government holiday. I don't know, whatever it was. So, like, I was off work. So I was physically home on my computer because off day from the corporate job, that's a whole day to focus on the business to get some stuff done. Sitting on the computer, co-working, like literally working. And I went to do a nighttime podcast interview that I had. And when I looked at my calendar, I said, I had an interview like 5 hours ago. I immediately sent the girl an email like, so sorry, was on the link. Not it was on the link. So sorry, was at the computer, missed it, da-da-da. But she also didn't send me an email. She responded back like, no worries. Here's the link. Go ahead and rebook. And when we rebooked, it was like last week. I was on the link. And so I sent her email after 5 minutes. I'm like, hey, just let you know I'm on the link because I know I missed the last one. So I don't want you to think I'm no showing you twice. And she was like, it didn't tell me that you was in the waiting room. And she immediately, like, she saw the email and like 30 seconds after I sent the email, the Zoom opened up and she was like, I was here, but it never showed me that you popped up into the waiting room. Thank you for sending the email to let me know you were here. Great conversation. We booking for, the future recording. So like, it's gone both ways. Like I've made a mistake. They've made a mistake and corrected it. They've made a mistake and ghosted. So.
I feel a little bit better listening to the story that it don't just be us. How sometimes in business you take things a little bit personal and you're like, dang, why people like doing us like that? So it's just really the thing of business, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess you could say it's the theme of business. I feel like it's those trial and errors that come with trying to build something from the ground level. Everybody now, I'm gonna definitely say, especially since COVID happened, I think it woke a lot of us up, and a lot of us are tapping into this. A lot of us are tapping into this newfound entrepreneur spirit. I definitely saw it happen in my wife. Corporate job saying, "Hey, you saw who was essential and who wasn't."
Story?
No, I'm just saying. The reason why we in this entrepreneur space isn't because of me; it's because of you. You put us out there, and I was like, "Okay, babe, I'm here to support. How do we move forward?" And here you go. And because of that, it's been able to expose us to different things, and we've been able to see the success of things, and the challenges that go behind that success. And it's like, hey, are you ready for what true entrepreneurship looks like? So, I guess a question I got is, do sometimes when you're in this space, you be like, man, you know what? I don't really want to be Coach Lee. I just want to be Attorney Lee.
Sometimes. Because, I got a job to pay my bills.
Right.
Sometimes you spending money to make money. And you like, if I stopped, then what? But then something always happens. Somebody will like a post or comment something or go to book something. You're like, all right, Lord, I see you.
Right. It's like it's pulling right back in.
Right.
Yep. But let me pause.
Here we go.
Why did you ask her that?
I can't ask her that.
You can ask her, but I asked you why. Like, is something telling you that, I could just keep my day job?
I'm not saying that.
I'm asking you a question.
I think women overcomplicate things.
Oh, no.
And it was just a question.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
What you mean? No, I'm just saying. I just asked a question. There's nothing behind it.
It felt like there was something behind it.
Right.
So.
I've already admitted nothing behind it. forward. See that?
That's why he get fired.
That's what that
he
is
get
why I
fired.
get fired.
And you're on probation. I need to put a little side note.
He wasn't being obvious
at all. Because this Bossfest thing, this is the way of life. This is what we doing.
You got a whole theme song.
A whole theme song that plays too fast.
I was backstage jamming.
Slow it down.
Was you? Because I'd be like ready. I'd be like, boss.
I will slow it down.
Thank you.
Whatever.
Thank you very much. But I just wanted to know why you asked, because I feel like the opposite. I know Coach Lee said sometimes she'd just rather be lawyerly, but sometimes I feel like I just want to be the entrepreneur and not the person that has to go to the office. Sometimes I feel like the office is getting away of the dream, even though I know I need the money to pay the bills for them.
Maybe, but I believe a lot of times, whatever career path we chosen, if we become successful in it, we've developed the skills, the mindset, and the discipline where, you know what, we can almost run that on autopilot. And when you start talking about development, coaching, training, you're trying to get somebody else to see something within themselves that they don't even know is there. It's more challenging with me dealing with some logistical stuff or some sales related figures, or probably even a murder case. Like, hey, this is a murder case. Somebody died, whatever the situation's behind it. Well, do the facts line up? Can it tell a clear story? If it tells a clear story, then hey, there ain't nothing we can do that. If it tells
they did it.
If it tells a clear story,
you done took a whole job. If the story is told, if it guilty.
If it tells a clear story, you ain't gonna too much fight against that. You can try, but hey, it tells a clear story.
If the glove
but
don't
technically that's my job. It's to fight against it.
Your job is to fight against if it's a clear story or not. If somebody say somebody died, somebody killed somebody, and it ain't enough facts to say that it was definitively them. Yeah, that's the fight. But sometimes
I think that's where the holes come in, because it depends. You might have a case where you got like a clear confession, but what did they confess rightly, or was it a false confession? Was they pressured? Did they have
to? Was it in Polk County? Sorry.
Wow.
I couldn't help myself.
Because if it's in Polk County, it's pressure behind any confession. Huh?
Grady don't play.
Wow. Yeah. Oh man, you're gonna be on the board.
But it's funny though, because like when I first started really getting into coaching, people had kind of asked me like, how does law and coaching relate? And I'm like, in both situations, especially like as a public defender, like I don't choose my cases. In coaching, I somewhat have a say in choosing my clients, i.e. if you come to me and I'm like, nah, I can't help you, but I don't choose your problem. So in both situations, I have to take what's given to me and make the best of it. If we got a case to where you done confess, you on video and all of this, and you still saying you want to go to trial, I can't sit at that table and say nothing. I got to say something. I got to poke some holes, spin some story, do some cartwheels, do something to try to get it. Like, if we can't get a not guilty, at least a lesser charge. Or some mitigation to where a judge, like, don't give them, the state want this. Can we try to get this? In coaching, if you come to me with this struggle and you're trying to figure out, like, I want this out of this struggle, but maybe you can't get to that, but like, can we meet in the middle? Like, can we mitigate it still? So I think in both situations, like, it's a similarity. And so when it comes to it, like, are you going to quit? Or are you going to keep showing up and do something about it in both cases?
Are you going to quit? Have you ever fired a client, a coaching client?
Oh, a coaching client. I'm about to say, unfortunately, I can't. Oh, coaching client. No, not officially. Like, I've also done it, like, I followed up with you, and if you decided not to rebook your next session, but you also didn't ask me for a refund, say less. I'm only going to ask you so many times when you want to schedule your next session, especially when you done already paid.
So almost they fired themselves because they just didn't show up to do the work that they needed to do.
Yep.
The reason why I ask is because I guess midway through our business journey, we had a coach that said, like, if someone's not the ideal client for you, it's okay to fire them. And at that point, I think we had never even realized the idea of firing someone because they paid you for the service. But I'm like, this is now our business, and we have a choice to, work with people who, also we enjoy working with. So I wanted to find out what the take is.
Yeah, no, I haven't had to fire a client, like, fire themselves. But I also asked, like, in our initial coaching call, like, if you're not doing what you need to do, how do you want to be called out? Because I'm gonna say it to my face type of person. But I've had clients who are like, I'm not gonna yell at you, but who are like, don't yell at me, kind of remind me of my why, like soft nurturing things. So I try to use that to get them back on track in an attempt to not fire them. Because as a productivity and accountability coach, my clients are going to struggle with procrastination. So I have to know that there's going to be resistance with the type of people that I'm generally working with.
That makes sense.
Kind of niching down a little bit more with like the corporate, high-performing corporate women aspect. Typically, there's going to be less procrastination, maybe more excuses but they need me at work, but my kids need this, but this and this and this, and I don't have time. But kind of like maybe that's where you need to go back. I don't want to say to the drawing board, but like maybe checking your niche. Like, am I in alignment with the people that I want to have? Because you know that in whoever your ideal client is or whoever it is that you're working with, there's going to be some type of struggle some type of resistance that's likely going to be there for them. And you kind of got to go in expecting that. I'm expecting my clients to procrastinate in some way.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Even you saying that you expect them to have excuses. Because when I think about like, okay, if I was doing a program, I would have a ton of excuses why I couldn't show up for the program. And they would be all of those things. Well, I had a business meeting. I got the kids. It's like you already don't have time, which is why they need you in the first place. But now I added one more thing. So how I got time for that? So it's like a catch-22 when I think about it in my mind.
Yeah.
So I guess it's like they need you, but they need you to draw a map on how to fit you in almost.
Yeah. And I mean, we try to set it to where we have the same, day and time each week, but we also know that life is going to happen because even me, because I'm like, next week, for example, I'm supposed to start a trial. So if I had a coaching client during the week, I'm going to tell them, like, I'm going to try to set it to like more Thursday, Friday, because my trial should be done by then. But also when I check in with you and your halfway point, I'm going to let you know where this trial is at and let you know if we're still on track. And I'm going to check in with you and let you know if I might be late for our call. So also having communication, like, if there's potentially an excuse, what are we going to do about it?
That makes sense. Communication. So that's what I'm taking from that is communication, overly communication.
Yes.
So you're saying having one-on-one coaching and clients and things like that. How many people do you do in like, I guess, in one session? Because with you being in it, just one within that 6 week.
Do you mean like 6 weeks?
Oh, sorry.
I'm saying like you got that 6 week block. Do you have like, hey, I know you try to put one client for each day of the week or something, or how does that work? Because I could just imagine.
To me, I feel like my capacity is 3 to 4 in a 6 week period, but they don't all have to start at the same time. So like I had one who was like on week 1, one that was on like week 2, and one who was like doing her onboarding stuff. So we were setting up her date to go. But to me, 3 is kind of like my limit at one time. Because I mean, I guess generally speaking, you could say I can do 7 because it's 7 days in a week. But 3 kind of is about capacity between like doing their homework, checking in with them, making sure they're good, still be able to do business stuff, like working on booking podcasts. So then like sometimes I got recording days for podcasts, doing life work. So like, and sometimes I can kind of tell, like it was either February or March, I had a trial. So like, even when I was like working on onboarding clients, it was like, when do you want to, like, when are you looking to start? I have this thing coming up, so it might affect our dates. Do you want to start now and we adjust, or this? So it goes back to the communication part, but I kind of also, as a planner, generally know where my busy seasons are based off of what's coming up at work. Because that's typically the busiest thing for me, because if work is busy, I try to schedule less podcasts, sign up less clients, or push them more to the single session instead of the 6 weeks coaching. So it's just like, I just got to talk to you one time and then we done, as opposed to I got to talk to you every day or every week for 6 weeks.
So do you find like what you do almost sometimes turns into like a therapy session?
Coaching isn't therapy in the sense that therapy is more looking at the past, whereas coaching is taking the present and going to the future. But in a sense, the mindset aspect, I guess you could say, I wouldn't still call it therapy, but there is a coaching practice that is also a therapy practice called CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy. It's a true modality that's taught in coaching, but it's also a modality that therapists use. So there's an overlap, but they're still completely different at the same time.
I'm just wondering if, like, because you're teaching them the procrastination piece and kind of getting like things together. And then once you go into people's mindsets, because we deal a lot with like, mindset shifts as well. Sometimes people are actually their own worst enemy. And it can be so many things stopping them from being, productive or having that mindset shift.
Or
So that's
even
why I wanted to
like beating themselves up, or you were saying like mom guilt earlier, because one client, she was like, okay, I want to be able to leave work on time because I want to go home and be with my kids. So we created her schedule for her to leave work to go home and be home with her kids. Now she was home with the kids and she was like, I needed to get more work done. And I'm like, but did you get done? Is the stuff for this week done? Yes. Is the stuff for next week done? It's halfway done. So you're in this week, done with everything for this week. It's planned and prepared. And you started on next week. You went home on time to your kids. And you upset. Why?
maybe she discovered she don't like them kids.
No, she realized, like, she reconnected to her why. She was like, you're right. But because we have time guilt, like we feel like I should always be doing something. So the fact that she left work on time, even though what needed to be done was done, and she was home with the kids, she was still thinking that, because we all know there's always something else you can do. Even if everything is done, there's always something else. Like the house can be clean and you can be like, you know what? I could go in the attic. Like there's always something else. Like even when the thing is done, we always like, but I could do this. Oh, the house is clean. Right. I could go outside in the yard though. Oh, the yard is clean. I could go power wash the fence. Like for what? Like there's always yes. There are things that need to be done, but doesn't need to be done right now, or can it wait till next week, next month, next quarter? Like there's always something else that we would want more time for. So when people talk about like, I wish I had more time for what? To get this done. Okay, now you got that more time and you still wishing for more time. Like you got a whole day off work. So you just got, 8 hours and you still saying you need more time. So we're always going to want more time, even if literally if the Lord created an extra day or two in the week, we would still be like, I can use some more time.
I feel like that's very true. Especially if when he create those days, then they put me on a schedule.
You know how they be saying like we need a day between the week, between Friday, between Sunday and Monday, like an extra weekend day to just like, I worked Monday through Friday. I did the chores on Saturday. I relaxed on Sunday. I just need another day to just something before we go back to work.
Because I need a turn up day. So you got Friday that you went to work. Let's say I turn up on added day. Then Saturday I'm going to do the chores. Sunday I want to chill. And now back at it. Yes. We need a turn up day.
You know what? Turn day. We maybe call it turn day.
Yes. That's the day that we're looking for.
I'm waiting on turn day.
You ain't waiting on because you ain't gonna turn nothing. So, turn your pillow over to the other side. That's what you're gonna
do. I need to just go ahead and file charges for all this abuse. It's just bad.
I mean, I'm only telling it like it is.
I'm just saying, I'm just gonna get my documentation ready and put it in a file. Because when I'm laying somewhere, I'm gonna make sure there's a clear cut, definitive determination that's gonna be on you.
Where are you gonna be laying?
Wherever I'm laying, I'm gonna make sure there's documentation saying that you did it.
Oh, I hurt you.
Yeah, man. You just be attacking me. It's verbal now.
Yeah, we went from murder to now. At least we had an abuse now. At least we downgraded the charges.
Wait, what? Verbal.
Dang, attorney done help you downgrade the dang charges.
Listen, I'm telling you, y'all got to get with Coach Lee, because lawyer Lee by day, coach by night. We need all of the above.
We do.
I'm saving that number because.
So, before we wrap this thing up, Coach Lee, how can the people follow you? I know you said the book's on Amazon. How can the people follow you? How can they get to know you? How can they book coaching sessions, websites, all of that good stuff?
I'm at legally.me everywhere. I had to find a way to bring the law into it. So it's LEGALLEE.me. That's like website is legally.me. Instagram handle, TikTok, YouTube, all the things. They all at legally.me. And the book is Lee's Laws of Productivity. So that's on Amazon.
Wait a minute. So you got a TikTok too?
I think. Yeah. I'm talking about. I think. Yeah, I got TikTok, y'all.
Okay, I'm trying to put it. I think I did.
You got it?
I think I did.
Okay.
If I didn't, great. But I wanted to put the handle out there. So for the TikTok, you be doing TikTok dances?
No, it pretty much. I just repurpose the same thing. I just download it and post it on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube Shorts, on TikTok, and we just keep it moving. And then sometimes I post it on LinkedIn. I might be more professional for LinkedIn, but we ain't got there yet. I'm getting back into blogging, so maybe we'll just put the blogs on LinkedIn and just keep the professional aspect over there.
I can't help you because I literally have decided to just be whatever entrepreneur I show up as in the moment. That means you're going to get whatever social media post I decide to post for whatever platform. If I'm doing a TikTok dance, every platform finna get that TikTok dance, and I don't even know how to dance. Right. And a lot of things now, as we talk about, I know we're wrapping up, but being annoyingly obvious about the business, for me, it's like done is better than perfect. And I'm just doing the behavior. So like we just found this app for AI. And what is it called? Hey Jen. It's called Hey Jen.
Hey Jen.
Hey Jen is in very early stages of AI. But we found it and I was like, if this can talk for it, just do it. And right now we're having fun with how corny it sounds and how it is because it'll be like,
okay. So I saw the videos and I'm like, this got to be AI because this don't sound like how they sound on the podcast.
So
yes. So and it, hi, my name is Edwina, and I would like to tell you about Bossfest. But we listen to it and we laugh, and I'm like, I'm posting it anyway.
And we're doing it because we know it's not us. Some people may think it's us, but no, the people
nobody thinks it's us.
I think people who are familiar with us and seeing the podcast.
It took like I watched it twice because I'm like, well, maybe they're trying to be like more professional. Like maybe for this video, that's what they was going with. But I'm like, I don't know.
It's not giving what it's supposed to give.
It wasn't giving personality. I wasn't getting the personality.
Right. And we're trying to be able to still work it out until it gets there because we don't want to be the old heads. And that's what I'm gonna call it, the old heads that get left behind in the technology, right? Because we feel like there's gonna be a time where people are gonna be doing courses and coaching and podcasts through their AI avatar. Is that what they call avatar?
Mm-hmm.
So we want to get to know that now. And if I can't show up and post, what we need to post, if we can figure out how to get that to show up for us, because we are corporate working people and we are dividing our time. And if we can make it work, that's what we're trying to do. But we are at least showing up and annoyingly
we are annoying
through our AI,
through AI.
being obvious about our intention to grow our business. And that was the point. So through our AI, it helps us be annoyingly obvious. And we're going to post, hi, my name is Edwina, until I get it right and it understands what my personality is supposed to be. We're going to get that thing.
All right, y'all.
Listen, y'all go follow Coach Lee. Y'all book a coaching session. Let her know that y'all saw her on the Bossfest podcast. And I know we have a community of entrepreneurs, or I should say 9-to-5ers, who have created their side hustle and looking to be full-time entrepreneurs. She is the coach for you. So as part of the Bossfest network, we are bringing to you people that can not only support, but can help. And everything we do is to support the entrepreneur and the journey. This is not an easy journey, but we do this together. So we thank you so much for joining us at the Bossfest table. We appreciate you greatly. Mother's Day is coming up. So y'all check her out for a little coaching session. The entrepreneur female in your life could probably use a little coaching session. Wink. Anyway, that's what I got for y'all.
Does my mic work? I know my headset
Look, and if the price
working.
go up and y'all say y'all heard me on the Bossfest podcast, I'm gonna honor the price that I said here.
Oh shoot!
Ooh,
that's big stuff, right?
I mean, that's still the price, but like, look,
Price is the price.
You
If
know
you say
what?
you
I'ma
heard it
say
on the
it.
Bossfest
And
podcast,
even
then
2 years from now, if you hear this and you say you heard it here, I'm gonna
Wow.
honor the price that I said on the recording that you
That's
listened to.
crazy work right there.
that's
That's
real
amazing, right?
crazy. Dang, that's crazy.
Because y'all gonna be around. So y'all
Yes,
people gonna be
we
going
gonna
back
be
and doing
around
stuff.
because we doing the work today to be around. But the price 2 years from now honoring it, now that's crazy. Y'all better get in. 'Cause
Hey, remember,
the eggs ain't even honoring the price they was yesterday.
so if you hear this 3 years from now, she ain't honoring that price. But 2 years, you still in there. We might. Nope.
Hey,
We got to put hey.
you want her to put a date on it?
Hey, man,
I'm coaching
we
business.
got to put a date on this. That's why I'm gonna help the coach. Hey man, we got to put a date on this. Cause she finna blow up, and she can't still be charging this when she blow up.
Touche.
She can't. She's doing that for Bossfest. She's doing
got
that
it.
for the Bossfest network.
Well, the Bossfest Network and the Bossfest family got a 2-year lifespan right now from this recording date.
What I want her to be able to say is just in a couple of months, ooh, look what I did. That's crazy. Like we need to call. She need to call us. Y'all take the episode down. I can't do it no more.
Episode 81 gotta go.
Number 80, did it because I can't charge that fee no more. That's what we need.
Take that one down. Got it. I hear you, babe.
Yeah,
I'm with it. So
we're praying it.
We're gonna put that into existence. It's gonna manifest. It's gonna grow. Thank you, Coach Lee, for being a part of the Bossfest podcast today. We appreciate you. We're gonna continue to look out, put your content out there, and grow our businesses together. You got anything else you want to say, Edwina?
Set your date for October 5th. October 5th, we can't say it enough. It is going down in Tampa. We have been telling y'all, but when we start dropping the speakers that we are getting together for Bossfest, we will blow your mind.
Yeah. Woo, Jesus, we done locked in some big ones. Big ones.
Look, he all excited by himself. Y'all, Kevin can't keep no secrets, so I know we're going to have to go in a minute because he like to tell all our business.
We don't.
But anyway, we are also trying to lock in a venue for our June 21st Bossfest networking event. So if you know of a small business willing to host the networking event, definitely hit us in the DMs because we love for everyone to get together, network, collaborate,
and patronize a business.
That part. So lock in October 5th. Let us know about June 21st. And that is all I have for you guys. And again, Coach Lee, we appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
And we out, y'all. Peace.